have a feeling this video is going to spark a lot of debate, but it's going to be a good one. What's going on, everyone? Vince the Engineer here for Echo Means Business. In this video, we're going to be talking about gas-powered equipment versus battery-powered equipment. But first, if you're new to Echo Means Business, welcome. We teach everything about the lawn care profession to help you succeed with your business goals. If you're into that thing, please consider subscribing and smash that like button down below. If you have any questions, ask those down in the comments as well. We do our best to answer every single one. But in recent years and even months, there have been a lot of policy changes and laws being passed banning the use of gas-powered equipment, specifically blowers. Most recently in my home state, New Jersey, there is a bill that's going up to vote to ban the sale of gas-powered blowers within 2 years, and then 2 years after that, you're not even allowed to own them. So there's a huge push to go battery across the board. And I'm here to tell you that battery isn't so bad. In fact, I've started making the switch to battery for all of my equipment. You can see here to the left of me, this is all battery powered. I've gotten rid of a lot of gas powered stuff, with the exception of primarily my blowers here and this one steel unit that I've used for the reciprocating attachment. But the battery powered equipment is actually really good, and there is a lot of pushback from the industry avoiding or not wanting to go battery. So the main points to talk about here when it comes to gas versus battery powered equipment are primarily the first two things being the most important. The power and runtime. That's definitely the most important thing, especially when it comes to running a efficient business, right? And then secondly, the other two items being cost and weight. But let's talk about power. A lot of these are on different platforms. You've got 18 volt platforms, you've got 60 volt platforms. In some cases, they even have 80 volt platforms and so on. I've been using these for a really long time now, and I've got to say, the power is there. Maybe not to the extent of the PB9010 when it comes to its leaf cleanup capabilities, like coming in at 1100 CFM. But we've got a handheld blower right here, the Crest, 850 CFM out of this, and the technology is improving. They do plan on coming out with one that'll put out 1000 CFM. So and I think it's going to be a backpack variant. But that's going to be amazing if they can come out with something like that. I think a lot of companies know that they need to keep improving to really match the power of gas. Because come on, let's be real. Gas is definitely more powerful. However, the second part of that is going to be runtime. On a tank of gas, full throttle on the 9010, you're probably looking at somewhere maybe over a half an hour, just a little over half an hour of runtime. Full throttle nonstop. Whereas some of these guys right here, you get about that same amount of runtime. Sure, the batteries take longer to charge, but that's where the investment is. You got to realize you have to buy probably 8 or 12 batteries and keep them on a regular charging cycle to cycle through all these batteries throughout the day in your trailer or at the garage before you load up for the day. That's where the investment is, and you got to realize that if you are going to go battery, you need to have enough batteries to kind of keep you through the day and develop a process to keep those charged. And with that said, if you are going battery, it's highly recommended to stick with one platform. So whether it's Echo or Crest or Toro or Milwaukee, you're going to save by only being in one battery platform, only buying one kind of battery, right? And only buying into those tools. That's how that's how they have it designed, right? All of those manufacturers want to keep you in their platform. So once you start investing in those batteries, that's where all the money is. You're really going to want to stay in that platform. So make sure you're selecting a manufacturer that has the most options, the most tools that support your business needs. Additionally, they are virtually maintenance free. No oil, no extra moving parts, no carburetors or anything like that, no air filters. You just plug and go. You put the battery pack in and you go. It's that easy. There's no pull starts. Your cords are never going to break on you. There are no cords. That's a huge plus. Even though some of these are maybe more expensive upfront costs and the batteries are more expensive, but zero maintenance, virtually zero maintenance, no gas, right? No extra parts or anything like that, like, you know, the replaceable parts. Let's consider that maintenance costs, right? For like either oil or filters or spark plugs and things like that. And virtually zero downtime. If you have enough batteries, take the old battery off, put the new battery on, and keep going. I feel like a lot of people fail to understand that, and it's part of the reason why I'm making this video, is that the technology is there, the power is there. If you invest in the batteries, the runtime is there. This is definitely the way to go, and I feel like, in a sense too, with all the new policies and bills that are being passed all throughout the country, you're going to be forced to go this way anyway. So hopefully this video helps you understand some of that. But we always like to hear from you. I would like to know some of your thoughts. If you're hardcore gas, why are you sticking with gas? If you've used battery, what are your thoughts on battery? What issues have you had? What do you like? What don't you like? Leave those down in the comments below. We love to hear from you. We love to hear sort of like the debate between the two. So let us know down in those comments, and also share your stories. A lot of people love reading those comments and understanding from the pros like yourselves what your experiences have been. So definitely leave those down below. Now, when it comes to weight, especially for like the backpack powered stuff and the handheld stuff, I feel like where the improvements are on the battery side of things, because let's be honest, the batteries are heavy and that does add a lot of weight to especially the handheld equipment. But where the technology is in how the manufacturers are balancing the equipment so that it feels nice and balanced in your hand, right? Both with handheld blowers and string trimmers and things like that. And then when it comes to some of the backpack equipment, it's all on the harness design, how adjustable it is and how tight it can get to your back. Also, the weight of the batteries being closer to your back, again, better balance. If the weight was out more, right, you're going to be put off balance more. So even though this is heavier, and by all means, yeah, it's a beast to pick up, especially with the 12.0 batteries on here. When it's on your back and it's strapped and you're all adjusted, the weight of that backpack blower is so nicely like wrapped around your body and distributed that you really don't feel it. On the other hand, I mean, you've got like the PB9010 right here, which again has a nice harness and everything, and it does fit nicely on your back, but it does protrude out more, right? So, you know, some of that balance is a little bit off. And don't get me wrong, this is a really heavy machine right here. Almost about the same weight as the Milwaukee blower here. But, you know, that's where I'm trying to prove that point. Like, it's all in the way things are being designed, and all the manufacturers have a little bit different design, but they all know that those batteries are heavy, and they're trying to compensate for that with some of these types of designs here. When it comes to some of the mowers, I've actually gotten rid of my gas mowers because these battery mowers are awesome. You know, like the Milwaukee and the Echo, for example. These are two of my favorite mowers for the primary reason that they stuff the entire bag. The power is there, the runtime is there. I regularly mow this lot here, which is about just under a half an acre, and I'm able to do it with one charge of the batteries and bagging while I'm doing it. So I'm really impressed with that. They both have great self-propelled features. They both have lights and things like that. They've been great mowers for me. I can't speak to some of the zero-turn equipment that's out there. I haven't used any of that yet. But when it comes to some of the push mowers, I've completely gotten rid of the gas stuff because you don't need it. It's here. This is all you need. It will work for you. The power's there. The runtime is there. You know, weight is not really an issue because you're just pushing along. They're on wheels, right? And even the cost, like that Echo mower, I think it's like $5.99, and it comes with a battery, right? You can't beat that, not even on the gas side of things. The Milwaukee is a little more expensive, but both of these mowers are great. So I don't know. Why aren't you switching to battery already? And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for joining.